Good evening, everyone, and welcome from Norma Vauxhall to the first race of the Bavarian Racing Challenge. Along with me, we have Roland.
Greetings from Germany.
And Aaron.
Hi there from the UK.
This is the first race of the Bavarian Racing Challenge, and it will be raced on the automation test track. The year is 1945. The Second World War is ended in not long ago, and the car didn't change so much, aesthetically speaking, from the one who raced before the war. But technically speaking, things are now a little bit different. And let's take a look to the qualification results.
The results are in. They were just made a few days ago. And on the first place we have Absurdist with a phenomenal time of 2:32.68. Then on second place we have Leo with just 2 seconds behind with 2:34. Behind him very closely is Killrob and closely followed by Trackpad User.
On the fifth place, we have Der Bayer with very close to Trackpad User in 2 minutes 34 and 72, followed by the Bob Wiley in, well, half seconds, a little bit after him. We have Norman Vauxhall, very close to Bob Wiley, just 2 cents of a second. And in 8th place, we have Vic Victory, also very close, 3/10 of a second.
And following that, we have Ruben SL with a time of 2 minutes 36 seconds, and then followed closely behind by Taekwondo in 10th place, 2 minutes and 36.21. And then a tiny gap separates 10th and 11th with Conan getting 2 minutes 36.25. And in 12th, we have Zabaquin, sorry if I said that wrong, with 2 minute 36.28, just 300ths of a second separating 11th and 12th there.
Okay, now let's take a look to the top 8 trump cards.
And here they are. Here we have mostly V8s, like how I can see, except Martin, the buyer. He has a nice 6. This is interesting.
Yeah, indeed. And there is also a big difference in displacement of car, because we can see the Killrob, one of the most tame car to drive, have like 2-liter V8 engine compared by the smallest one that is Trackpad User with a 900cc V8. And what I can say also, the tires of the car, mostly wearing the same sides and the same brand of tire, and probably the brakes are going to be also problematic for everyone. I'm very curious to understand which one have spent most of the money in brakes.
And while we're talking here, I can already see the cars being pushed on the track. It's just a matter of time until they start. And while we are here, I can see Killrob has the highest top speed of everyone in this top 8. This will make him a very big competitor in the field, at least on the long straight.
We can also see how much priority has been taken possibly with the fuel economy, as we have Leo with an economy of just 6.71 litres per 100 kilometres, which will hopefully serve him good in the long run. He may not have to refuel as often, but we have Absurdist with a much worse economy, so although he has quite a powerful engine, he may have to refuel quite a bit more often.
And don't forget Victory. He has 9 liters on 100. That will cost him some places when he has to stop for fuel.
Who's the less drivable car? I think we have some seconds before the race is going to start.
Yes, I already can see the marshals running on the track. I think it will start in a few seconds.
Okay.
Oh yes, he's raising the flag.
Okay, and let's take a look to the track.
And the race has started here.
Off we go.
And they're running off, approaching the first corner.
Ooh, competition. Ooh, crash between Conan and Quatex and Novtek Perlix, and there is now Leo is leading the race.
Conan lost 18 seconds on that crash.
Ooh, I can see the car of Conan is quite badly damaged.
They're now coming on the Death Flyer. That will change some places now.
Yeah,
maybe.
First section is on, and we have quicker, more or less. Okay, it seems they're starting to have a little bit of group here. First 3, Leo, Trackpad User and Killrob, they're close together. Also Also with Absurdist and Derbyre indeed, but
They
there is
are
a big gap
approaching the
there.
kill rob
You can see there's
chicane.
quite a gap between 5th and 6th, actually.
Yeah.
There really is a big gap, but
Yeah.
it will close and will be close.
In fact, the bottom 3 are actually quite closely packed as well. We'll see how that ends up turning out.
Okay, last corner and on the straights.
And
Let's see
that was
some
the first
data.
lap. That means everyone's on the track, everyone is driving properly now.
Okay, I have some data. We have, well, top speed from Kilrob on the first lap, 192 kilo. Wow, that's a lot.
And he also has the fastest sector 2 and sector 3,
Mm.
which probably will lead to a first place by Kirop before the second lap has stopped.
Just a matter of time, really. We'll see if Leo can hold him off.
I think the Duffy Flyer will be it.
Let's see. Yeah, you can see Kilrob was closing
He's
the
closing.
gap.
He's closing
to
the gap,
Leo.
and he
And
passed.
it's overtaking before the slingshot.
And he's widening the gap.
Trackpad
We've
user
had
is
another
losing.
crash.
On this big straight, seems that they'll gain a lot of space between them and the other.
Yes, we had a crash
Oh.
between
Oh,
Jason and New York. Jason lost 15 seconds, making him the last place now.
Yeah. And also quite badly damaged car too.
Also had a driving error by the buyer. He probably slipped a bit around.
Ooh, yeah.
Coming out to the last corner of the second lap, and Kirob will take the lead, leading into the third lap.
But
I
Leo
do
is
think-
close behind.
Yeah, but
And
he's
he will
going
overtake.
to-
Will he?
very
Will he?
close.
Ooh, Leo's almost. Leo's trying to take a look in.
It's a very, very close fight between Kilrob and Baltazar Automobiles.
There's a big gap between the first fives each.
Mhm. Well, we have to say that the first four, or now it's a little bit of a group, and leaving from the fifth to the seventh, more or less, a second group of cars running for, yeah, some points. Because I don't think
And
other
you can
people have the
already
chance
nicely
as
see
well.
the groupings of every car here. That would be a very one-sided match probably, but we will see. And we also had another crash.
Oh, New York City.
State and New York City. New York City is having a lot of situations here, really in
Yeah.
the thick of things.
Yeah, he's really damaging his car. He should pay attention.
We see the damage really taking a toll, and the most damaged cars are just sitting at the bottom of the pack without much chance, probably, of finishing any better now in this race.
Actually, the most damaged car here is from Conan, and he's on 16th. I wonder if that will him
Oh, I
cost
didn't even notice that.
some places.
Mm.
Okay, another laps is off.
Then we
and-
also have the fastest lap by trackpad user.
yeah, quite.
And we
fast.
see Leo's dropped down to third place now, actually.
Yeah. Ooh, what happened to him? He's lost a lot of time.
Quite a gap now, actually.
The gap
between
is
second and
really,
third.
really huge.
I think now there are chance from Absurdist to hit the podium.
Yes. He just has to floor the throttle.
Yeah, and Kilrob keep the lead, but he was losing. He's losing a little bit
Trackpad
of.
user is gaining on him.
Trackpad
slightly.
is gaining.
And they have to brake now for
Mhm.
Bavarian bend. And Kirob is still holding it out.
And the second group of cars is now quite a little bit packed. We have a lot of cars close to each other. Leo, Absurdist, Romavaxel, Bob Wiley, and their buyer. Fighting for the third place, I would like to say. How
Let's
things
take a look at
impact.
the back rows. I see
Yeah.
here it's pretty
Still
much.
quite packed in the
Yes.
back.
There's still a lot of people on one spot.
Mhm. Trackpad users is continue to push Kilrob car and try to snatch out the lead, but
He needs to
Kinda.
overtake and not to push him, because pushing
Yeah.
him makes him just faster.
this combat between Kilrob and Trackpad user will make easier for the other people to catch up. Doesn't seem so,
See,
at least.
Quite a gap has actually opened up now between
Look
Bayern's
how
bend
they
and Hamlet
take
in the middle.
they take a lot of space in the slingshot and in the fastest path of the race.
The slingshot is one of the fastest corners here. The one with the most grip and the highest entering speed can go on very fast there.
And so the fastest car have a little, well, a big advantage here, there, in the slingshot. Another crash. Zavokin and Qualtex.
And we have driving errors from Taekwondo and Packbat.
Yeah, nothing very big, but
And the new
fastest
and
lap
the new
Kilrob
runs
has the
fastest
fastest
Kilrob
lap. He's having a
under the
great
barrier of 155 seconds.
That means Kilrob has one of the fastest car out here on the track.
Yeah, seems so.
We see Leo still failing to try and make a comeback into second place. There is still quite a gap. But Trackpad User is staying competitive, still trying to challenge for that first place spot.
That also can mean that the low fuel consumption can cost time because you have more fuel on
At
your
your
car,
car.
making your car heavier in the end.
Yeah. And middle of the pack coming down into Slingshot now. Still big gaps in some places of the field.
Yeah. You have a first group of 4 car, more or less. A second group of 3 car. Then we have the car 36, that is Ruben, running by itself. And then another 1 or 2 group of cars.
We have Cobalt Girl driving around alone in the Bavarian Bend, now on Madsen's run.
Yeah.
And sometimes having that space can actually just really help you concentrate without getting into all the thick of the action. You can put down some fast lap times.
Fastest lap now from Leo.
And also a crash between Quintus and Matt MR2.
Another crash again. Back button Luikake. Luilake. Sorry.
Oh, we can see, yeah, Leo is really starting to close the gap now on first
The
and
last
second.
one was a very big crash. They lost a lot of time.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, we still have Jason Poland at the back of the pack with a very damaged car. We can see Conan's still doing really well in 16th place, actually, with his car's falling to pieces.
Now the first... Leo and Amsterdam keep trying to reach Trackpad User, that he's still trying to snatch the lead from Kilrob, but Kilrob is, well, defending his position with clenches and teeth.
I think Kilrob will make this. He will probably win the first race.
He's going really strong now.
If
No
this
other person
will
has mounted
be
a good challenge.
If this will be the end of the... If this will be the standings of the end of the first race, it will be very curious to see the second one.
We just have, I think, 6 or 5 laps left.
Yeah.
A 12 lap
there-
race, and then we will
there-
change the positions.
Things are a little bit settled, it seems, now.
The gap between second and third has gotten a little bit larger now. Leo falling behind just a little bit.
Error from Amsterdam. Small one.
Losing almost a second.
Crash between Leo and Amsterdam.
Oh!
That will really
That's-
shift things up.
that's
Absurdist
a
is up to
problem.
the
And
second
Absurdist
place.
pushed into second place with that.
Yeah. But now the car is damaged and...
That
also
will
28
slow him
now.
down.
We'll see how this impacts the standings. I mean, Leo also has a damaged car. Maybe Norman Vauxhall can edge up there. There's still a little bit of a gap.
But the
Might
gap
have
is
time.
now huge, it's 30 meters.
Yeah.
Still a gap. It's not so close for Znopres to catch the fourth place. I don't think we are going to do this.
You
I
see with
hope.
Leo, after having such a good race, that crash has dented his chances really down
Yes.
to fourth.
Also, Kilrop slipped to second.
Oh,
This is
no.
not
he's
a
lost
good
the
time
lead
for
against
Kilrop.
Amsterdam.
And Absurdist is now widening the gap. It's 1.7 seconds.
Even
Leo
from
after
the
having
damaged car.
6 lead laps.
Yeah, and did a good streak. And he's... I can say the Amsterdam seems he's taking... Well,
He's picking up speed now.
yeah, totally.
Opening up a bit of a lead.
He's opening the gap. widening the gap.
Seems like the field has almost split into two halves, with a few stray people just kind of plugging the few big gaps that there are, but we still have the clump of damaged cars at the back, with Jason Poland still bringing up the rear.
And the most damaged car is by Packbat at the 27th place.
Yeah.
Wow, big gap now between second and third place as well, but third and fourth is still quite close. One of the crash victims in fourth place is Leo, and we still have Absurdist in first, still managing to keep the gap at over 1 second.
Yeah.
Just 2 laps left
He also, yeah.
till the first stint is finished.
You see the
And
fastest lap
Absurdist with
now?
the fastest lap now,
Yeah,
yes.
152 seconds.
I think now, if he doesn't put a foot wrong now, he will hold on to this, and I think Absurdist will get the win, unless anything out of the ordinary happens. Well, there's some cars in the middle of the pack still quite close together. We have Razex and Lespas having quite a battle with really, really small gap between them. See what the outcome of that is by the end of the race.
The winner of the first stint can contact me, so we can have a little talk in the intermission between the first and second stint.
It will be very nice if he shows up.
Not only the winner can join, also the top 3 at least.
Yeah.
Also, if you're ever in the middle of the field, you can also join. Feel free to contact.
However, I don't want to jinx Absurdist, but it seems now. Oh, I think it's
Yeah,
going
really
to be
big gap now.
tough. It's going to be tough to lose the first place at the moment.
Yeah.
If you won't make a mistake, you will win the race probably. Or at least the first stint. Yeah, it seems
Because
like
the
that crash actually woke up him.
Yeah, the driver was completely waken up by that crash.
He was shocked that he can only win when he drives like a maniac.
And also seems that Leo and Trackpad User take a little, good distance between the fifth. They are just fighting for the third place that can gain them the podium.
And we see the field near the back quarter still hasn't been able to separate that much. There is still a little bit of a tight battle going on.
Yeah, there are very tight battles going on in the small packs. We have on the Sonnery Roar someone overtaking. It's I think Conan and
yes, the
Dark
car
Jedi.
6. And Conan's still, yeah, he's in the damaged car, still having a really good race actually. Oh, but it seems like he's getting really close on the chicane.
Okay,
Manages to
we are
hold out
going
ahead.
to have the last lap.
And Norman Vaxel has just fallen down in 7th place. Why? Why?
He's driving a slow car then.
No, it's not better the car. I'm
You can
sure.
see we now have 8 seconds separating Absurdist and Killrob
Yes,
in first and second.
that's really amazing. Absurdist is
Absurdist can
driving
pick up
like
speed
a
now.
maniac.
Picks up speed for the slingshot, reaching 180 kilometers an hour. And with Killrob's taking that corner a little bit faster. Maybe a last-ditch attempt to close the gap. But I think Absurdist has it in the bag now.
Yep, he has the win in the pocket.
And we see the back of the pack just coming on now to start their last lap as Absurdist comes into the last few corners.
Absurdist is almost finishing his race, of at least first stint.
The Norman 100 and then Lamb's Hope on the final straight. And
And he
it's
takes the checkered
first.
flag.
And he's pitted in. He's first. Absurdist won the first stint, followed by Killrop, who's second, followed by Trackpad
User.
User and Leo.
By Norman Vaxel, Royben, and closing Victory is going to. Yeah. Quotex taken there. and so on. Hopkin. Razix now. Vespas. Ulukai. Merat, sorry. Conan. With the crashed car.
With
But
his
JD
slightly
was on.
damaged car.
I think he did really well
Cobalt
actually to
Girl.
finish in the middle.
She will be able to keep the place. It's tight.
Really close now.
It's close. It's yeah.
Yeah.
She saves against direct driver from Italy and Strop. Curious to see Strop down there.
Yeah,
Usually-
Bottom two getting
he's
quite
one of
close
the
now, actually, in
usually
the last
one of
corner.
the fastest people.
Jason Poland, can he get away from the bottom spot? Nope.
And that's
And
it.
they're
That was the
finished.
first stint.
Yep.
I
So
can see there how significant small mistakes can be because, I mean, Leo had a really good start and ended up finishing not where he wanted to be, thanks to a small crash and some little mistakes here and there.
okay, we will may have another. Well, may have an interview with Killrob, one of the top 3 drivers of the race. Who may join in a few seconds.
Good.
So yeah, it's interesting to see how small crashes, even small crashes, they can make a lot of the race.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And also like small mistakes that like Snowpresk did, like 0.8 second cost 2 position. That's terrible. Sorry, but
And not the
It's
best
bummer.
car has won. But in the end, actually it was like in the qualifications that Absurdist came in first and he was first.
yeah, sure.
So, I'll have Killrob to join. And
Hello,
good
Mr.
evening, Killrob.
Good evening. I'm pretty pleased to see the results here.
Yeah, you came in second. How do you feel with that result?
I'm very pleased, although I have to say that I was promised by Leo that he'd knock on the competitor a bit stronger than he did. So, so a bit taken aback by his weakness there. But all in all, it was amazing to see how the race shifted from the start where everyone was pretty close together, and then Absurdist just nommed all his fuel and became a rocket and just passed us all. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, he had a very low weight then and could really push in front with his.
Also
Lightweight
his
car.
tires seem to be holding up pretty well. Mine were doing rather poorly at the end. I think I was down to like 0.86 or something, and he was still rocking in the 90s. So he could make excellent use of his very good cornering.
Yeah,
he had anyway.
I think in the end he was sitting also at 0.84, so
Oh, right.
he suffered on the grip too. But right behind you there was trackpad user with still 87 on the front tires and 86 on the rear.
Right. Also, like I didn't build the car to actually win anything, so I was kind of surprised to see that I was 6 laps in the lead. What the fuck? It's amazing. But I think that was more or less a lucky circumstance. You could see in the beginning, I had a huge fight with trackpad user. We shifted position in one lap, I think 4 or 5 times, and it was a really nice fight there. But the car is designed, the engine specifically is designed to be very long lasting. If you take another look at the scorecards, you will see that the reliability rating for mine is like 38 or something, and I think the highest in the field of all.
We
So
can
I'm counting on that.
We
So,
can hop in the Trump 8 cards.
Yep.
So here they are again. We can see, yeah, that you have we have a 38.1
yeah.
reliability. That makes you one of the most long-lasting cars here.
Exactly, and if Absurdist becomes my my sworn enemy, then I will probably tell the birds to take a poo at the right location, and so that his engine will fall apart.
If he uses
Yeah,
race
so-
intakes, and that's
If
very easy
he's
for you.
Yep. If from the reliability, you would think that he does, but I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's very interesting so far, and I think he will be doing an awesome job of rolling up the field as well from behind. And the interesting thing is that the top 3, I think, not really trackpad user there, We all have very high acceleration compared to the rest of the field. So, and Absurdist on top of that has really good cornering. And trackpad user has that advantage as well, of course. Which means that the somewhat slower cars won't really block them off that much, if you know what I mean. Like, if if we just are behind them after a corner, then it's just putting the throttle down and being better than the
Overtake.
average field, then you're just gone. So
And then
yeah.
he stomps off and he's away. We'll just smell him.
So, yeah. What another thing that was interesting was to see how much more fuel Absurdist used there, and I wonder how this will turn out in the longer tracks. For instance, Green Hell.
Yes,
Where-
the green hell will be the interesting one because
Mm-hmm.
everyone has to pack in a lot of fuel.
Yeah, exactly.
And the question is,
Even
will
though they're
everyone...
running less laps, I think 3 laps or something.
Yeah, and the question is, will there be enough fuel for everyone?
Pay extra. Good thing that I bribed everyone. So
Yeah, because the fuel is rationed, we're in 1945, so it's very difficult to find a lot of fuel to squander here.
that's true. Sorry, Norman. We just got 80 RON for you. So,
Oh, damn it, that's why
yeah, that's
I'm
why
going
it was,
so slow.
Yep, knocking like hell.
Yeah.
Anyway, are there more top 3 coming on to talk to you?
I only heard of you. I don't think anyone else will join.
All right, then I think I better bugger off again so that you guys can continue.
Thank you for appearance.
You're welcome. Also,
And
then we can have fun,
Maybe
guys.
maybe we'll see us next stint.
Yeah,
We'll
maybe.
see how it buffs
Maybe,
out.
maybe. Or maybe Jason wins this one.
Oh, we don't know.
It'll be very interesting
All
to
right.
see how it is going to be, the second stint.
In
Okay, thank you to be
All
here.
right, bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye.
see ya. Okay, I think it will be time to start the second stint. This time the whole
Yes.
field will be reverted, so it's not the top 8 of the qualifying who starts, it's the complete reverse.
Yeah.
Absurdist, who was first in the qualifying, is now last, so he has a bit to like you know,
Fight.
He has some
Hopefully
fighting
now we'll
in
see a
front of him.
lot of hopefully now we'll see a lot of overtaking maneuvers since we've
Oh
got
yes, that
Yeah.
also
the
will
fastest
mean
cars
a
starting
lot
from
of
the back.
that will also mean a lot of crashes.
Yeah,
This will be a
Because-
lot more of an action-packed race.
That will someone will stomp on the throttle by a fraction of a second too early, and then he
Smash.
slips and smashes into the wall. But
Although what I found interesting about this race was there was actually a lot of action happening at the front of the pack. So that small crash kind of shuffled around the whole of the front few cars,
Yeah, true.
which kind of made it really interesting.
the small crash between Leo and Absurdus, that made a huge difference,
difference.
Mm.
putting Absurdus in the front of everything. That is true. But enough of the talking. We should start the race.
Yeah.
They go, go, go!
Already? Damn.
They roll off. And we already have battle in the back.
Yeah.
Absurdus slipping from the last to the
Crash.
35th.
We actually have a small crash as well between
Crash.
Taekwondo and Ruben SL. They are near the middle of the pack, and we have New York City getting quite a good start, but he's been overtaken now by Matt MR2, and still a
crash.
small gap of just 4 meters between them. Oh, Lothar losing 20 seconds with that crash, going
Yeah,
down to
that's
second bottom with a very
bad.
damaged car. I think that will be where he'll spend the rest of his race, near the bottom with a car that damaged, and he goes
overtaking
down
in the
to
middle.
last. We have all hell breaking loose now at the slingshot with the top speed cars trying to get a leg up on the slower cars. We have a lot of switching in positions actually already,
Another
all
small
around,
crash.
everywhere in
Nothing
the field.
serious.
Small crash between High Octane Love and Zaboquin. I can't pronounce his name. But we have Matt MR2 opening up a small gap now between Jason Poland
Where-
in second place.
Well, I have to say, after the fastest part of the track, we have already Killrob in 15th position.
Mm.
When they are absurdist is close, they're moving so
Oh,
much.
and Killrob overtakes Conan now, moving up to 14th place.
Another crash.
He
No one
still-
Vaxon involved.
Still
And
has a bit
another
to
one.
go.
Second arrow.
And the driving error
Oh,
by
a big
New York.
crash now. Conan and Absurdist, both who were involved with
Ooh.
crashes in the last race, have now crashed again. Conan losing 12 seconds. and he moves down to 18th place. Although his car not as damaged as it was in the last race.
And another crash between them.
Oh, Conan now very
Damn it.
damaged.
Conan
Let's see
does
how we
not
can hold
want
it
to
again.
see.
I hope they're not taking this personally, because
Conan does not want to see Absurdus on the first place, probably.
He did
Perlix,
very well
for
last
position.
race.
Oh, my car is not built for speed here. It's made in
Well-
15 minutes, so
well, I have to say
Yes.
that the first one now we've taken a little bit of gap.
Matt
will
MR2
be-
having a really good race so far.
It will take time to recover.
maybe
took the first
Matt is
lead.
driving a MR2. We don't know. Maybe it's an actual MR2.
But Kilrob is slowly creeping up the pack, up now to 11th, and still just a small gap between him and 10th place.
Absurdist and
Absurdist
Kilrob are
having
fighting
a
so
big
much
battle.
now. Yeah, they take over each other 3 or 4 times.
Oh, and Absurdist now also
Now
trying to put the
switching
door on
places.
basics as well.
Yeah,
Fastest
Absurdist
lap
up
by
to
Matt.
10th. Yeah, ooh, we have Absurdist moving up to 9th place now as well, overtaking people left, right, and centre. Still a small gap between him and
A
Lulaki
small
in
crash
8th.
between Taekwondo and Norman Vauxhall.
ooh.
Oh no, Vauxhall again involved in the second crash today, losing 6 seconds,
Damn it.
down to 29th. Not a good day for you.
No, totally not.
We also have Strop, in fact, in quite an unexpected 36th
Yes,
position
it's very
based on his
unexpected for him.
reputation in competitions.
And
He
we have
really
Matt
would expect
MR2
him to be better.
stomping off.
And Cobalt Girl also moving up a few places to 35th, overtaking Dark Jedi. Oh, Dark Jedi's... Wow, big battle now between them. Cobalt Girl moving down to 37.
And 8PS crashed into Jason, leaving a
Jason
huge
losing
damage.
so many seconds there. Jason Poland was in a great position. He is now still in 4th, but
And
his car's very
Cobalt Girl
damaged.
crashed into Neof.
A lot of crashes going on.
Love crush this
The
time.
field's still really, really packed.
And another crash. Low Torrent into Dark Jedi. And
Wow.
Leo sees all that and makes a driving error.
Another crash again.
And yet another crash. It's a very crashy
Action-packed.
stint.
Yeah.
Kilrob moving up into 6th place now. He's having a really good race, overtaking.
And yet another crash by the
overtake
Let's
up
Play
to
Noob 05.
The best part will be to see if Kilrob can actually catch up, possibly even to Matt MR2, but Absurdist has dented his effort and putting him down to 7th place. And Matt MR2,
Absurdist and
massive
Kirop
gap.
battle now. And Kirop slipped into 5th.
A lot of position switching still. Chipskate goes down to 14th. Lulaki goes down as well, overtaken by Leo.
Yeah,
we
Leo
have
is-
yet
And we have
another crash.
Taekwondo and Vic Victory with a crash. Vic Victory losing 12 seconds there.
Seems like Vic Victory pushed into Taekwondo.
And now the last of the cars just finishing. Slingshot goes down to a Bavarian bend. Cobalt Girl and High Octane Love.
Kilrob
quite
take the
close.
second place.
Now,
Now
he
we
ha-
have-
now the fight to
The big
on
push is on.
now
Yeah,
the fight on
now they have to
MR2 is
recover.
started.
You have to recover in 8 lap. The first position. They will able to do that?
Well, I think he will be able to do that. It's just a 10-second gap between those. Now
I mean,
an
he just needs to make sure that
8-second
no one
gap.
behind him kind of dents his chances. And he goes down to 3rd place. Absurdist moving up to 2nd.
And you have to see that Kilrop is 4 seconds faster every lap than Matt. That will mean he will have him in 1 or 2 laps.
Providing nobody else tries to put a spanner in the works, like Absurdist now still holding Kilrob off from his push to 1st place. And that gives Matt MR2 a chance just to try and put the hammer down and get a bit of a gap between 1st and 2nd.
Also, we have our top 3 driver, track producer, stuck in the 29th place.
Oh yeah, we
Wow.
have Conan's
He
damaged car now has moved down quite a lot as well into 30th from the middle of the pack. And we have Cobalt Girl as well in a very damaged car, just bringing up the rear with a small... Oh no, High Octane Love, sorry. Cobalt Girl has just made the overtake.
We also have a battle in the middle between Packbat, Cortex and Zabavkin.
Very
Another
packed
small
actually in the
crash.
middle.
Opposite lock and trackpad user. Another
Trackpad
small
user
crash.
involved again. We have so many cars actually carrying just small knocks here and there. We still have Kilrob undamaged though. He's still mounting his push on Matt MR2.
Kilo
who's
is probably
doing well to keep the
probably
gap.
driving with a nuclear bomb on his roof because no one wants to crash him.
But I'm sure he'll have his bicycle in the boot in case he does damage his car.
Probably yes. Then he will then stop off at first anyways because he has a lot of torque on his crank.
He has the most torquey engine.
But the gap is closing between Kilop and Matt.
Mm-hmm.
It's just 4 seconds, and I think if Kilop stomps the throttle now, he will catch him.
You can also see that in this race the field is much more close together. And yes, massive crash for Murat and Duratec driver.
Damn it! That
Yes,
was big.
Duratec driver does not want to see Murat on the track.
And Norman Vauxhall involved in another crash, losing not a lot of time in this one. Chipskate losing almost 5 seconds though. Let's see, we have
Trackpad
Jason
user is
Poland.
already gaining places again. I think the driver woke up from the dead and
Matt MR2 can see in his mirror now, closing up Kilrob and Absurdist quite
yes,
fast.
Matt
And
will
Leo
see.
have recovered quite good. Leo is there, and Kilrob, I think it. No, not in this lap, but
The
Damn
gap's
it.
closing a lot now, and Kilrob makes the
Kilrob
take
is
into
in.
first place. Matt
Yeah.
goes
And
down
he
to
took the
third.
first.
Absurdist
Nice
And
while it
following.
lasted for Matt MR2.
Matt only will see the taillights of them now.
Mhm.
Leo
6
also
leading
in
laps
third.
though. He did really well to keep up the gap while it lasted.
It's very close again between Kilrob and Absurdist. That is very, very, very close.
Oh yes, and there's a huge gap between Matt
Absurdist and
Matt.
Leo, another crash. This will unlock again the Absurdist driver.
Seems to be a small rivalry going on between them two. They've had a lot of crashes together in both races. Absurdist now
And
moves up
Absurdist
second.
slipped into second and slipped
Again,
back to
ooh,
third.
in the slingshot, that was close.
Big battle here. Crash between
Absolutely.
Jason Poland and Quintus. Jason Poland was bringing up the front at the start of this race. He's now down in 32nd and now
Leo in
34th. He's
second.
not having a good race.
Damn it. Ooh, Absurdist first. Leo second. Kilrob third. Big
Matt
A lot
MR2
of switching in the
fourth.
top three.
It's head to head between Absurdist and Leo. They're
It's it's so damn close. It's just
Damn
Oh,
it,
the gap's
corner,
getting bigger
it's-
now for Kilrob.
it's
Damn it.
it's just was a
Driving,
1 car
guys.
gap.
This is driving.
This is intense driving here from the top
Absolutely.
3 pack.
Absurdist is opening up a small, really small gap, but it's a gap nonetheless.
Fastest
And
lap.
as they come to
Fastest
break
lap.
the corner,
They are doing fastest lap. One behind the other one. 2 meters. They are. See, so close together.
It's
Kill-
very close. Just a
Kilrob moves
2
into
meter
second.
gap. You can't even fit a smart in there.
Yeah. And now let's see under the flyer.
let's see how this turns out in the slingshot. They're all going to pick up speed now.
Kilrob is grinding
We have
a little
Kilrob
bit
who has a high
again
top speed,
first.
And he's
the
pushing
first.
he's pushing his car to the limit.
Totally.
The Daffy
He does
Fly
have
is an
the,
interesting straight.
Kilrob does have the highest top speed, I think, out of the top three, so the slingshot has given them the opportunity to move into first.
But
But
not
Leo
for
and
long,
Absurdist
not for
are
long.
right
And
And he
Leo
lost
in the first.
lead. He lost the lead in the chicane.
That
And his
is an
name chicane.
intense top 3, everyone.
This is crazy.
Adam's Apex.
And we have Trackpad User, the top 3 man, now getting closer to his old rank.
Damn it. This is so close, guys. This is exciting. Seriously.
It is. But
As you can see,
who will
the
win?
reversed grid order is soon slowly
Oh,
reverting
so
back to as it was in the first race.
Look.
It's
They
so
are
close to the
literally on
Everts
top
and
of each other
S's.
now.
Kilrob Absurdist again and Leo's first this time. There was a crash or something? No. What happened?
There was a small crash between New York City and Marat. Again.
And they're losing a lot of time there.
Hey, now we have a cars.
And we have
and
Joseph
again on
Chambers.
the Duffy Flyer.
And now they come on a Daffy Flyer. Trying out the full speed of the cars, bringing the engines to the full limit.
Look how fast it's going Absurdist now. It's
And look how
We can
fast
see-
Kilrob is going.
Wow, we can see Kilrob
Kilrob.
reaching 190
Kilrob.
kilometers an hour. 196 he reached. Still not able to overtake Leo though, despite getting the top speed in the entire race on that straight just there.
He should push the throttle again. He should find the left pedal.
Look how close they are. Look how close they are. Kilrob and Leo are just one beside the other mostly.
We see Matt MR2 has pretty much lost his fight now. He enjoyed his time in first place, now sitting in fourth with
But he
Lespas
still
right on his
isn't
tail.
fourth.
Still a good place to be, considering. But now because he come up to the last corner of this lap, Kilrob moves into second, and Absent is still in first.
And the gap is
Small
widening.
gap.
The gap is widening. It's 40
Seems-
meters now. 25.
So now we have to see at the end of this what happened on the slingshot. We have a stopped car on the slingshot.
We
What's
have a
going on?
stopped car on the slingshot. It's Luikake.
It was lucky with the mechanical failure. That's him out of this
he's
race.
out. Mechanical
out.
failure.
The first retirement actually of both stints of this race actually.
Yeah,
Yes.
something like that. Yeah.
And we
After
have
this car will.
And they are on the
Yeah.
Deathfly again. Kilbro pushing
here
down
we
the
go.
throttle
Can
to the
Kilrob close
max.
the gap?
But he won't be able. Absolutis is far in
Gap
front.
closing. The gap's closing ever so slightly. Then they've kind of evened out now. Kilrob catching Absolute
Kilbro can
slowly.
catch him up. But
Bavarian
will it be
band.
enough?
We have
I have
Absolute
to say,
still managing to hold it on.
Absolute this car is quite damaged, and the reliability is not very high. I really hope he will be able to go until the end.
He just has
You can see
2
that their
laps to
grip is
do.
still quite good now. Still in the 90s for the grip.
Just 2 laps to go for him. Will he make it with his highly damaged car?
You can see the gap
Leo
is
And
lost
getting
another
smaller
one
now.
out.
Another
High
one
octane
out.
love.
Who's this?
Who's
High
this
Octane
one?
Love?
No, it's their buyer.
Another
Oh, it's the
mechanical
buyer.
failure.
Another mechanical failure.
And errors from Quotex and Norman Vauxhall just there as well.
Damn it. Sorry.
But it seems Kilrob may have a chance now. If he does this slingshot as fast as he can, he might be able to catch him. And then it will all depend on who takes the chicane the best after Bavarian Bend.
You can see the Deathfly is taking a lot of stress on the cars here. And now as Absolutis is coming on it, he's throwing his pedal.
Upset just opened up a small gap there,
He's
putting the
gaining,
power on
he's
quickly.
He's gaining gap. He's not losing his gap.
But
They've spread out
Now,
slightly.
yeah, on the slingshot he's doing, but
on the Sonnery Raw, Kilop is always gaining because
on
Absolutis is
the-
lacking cornering for the slingshot.
We can see Absolutis has just a tiny little... Okay, scratch that, his grip has gone down. They're now quite even on the grip side of things on the tyres. But Absolute is still carrying that damage which could slow him down. But still no change in the top 3. But the field has finally started to open out a little bit with the small packs kind of returning as it was in the first stint.
We also have Matt MR2 dropped on the 7th place already. And it's
Ooh.
the last lap for Absolutis, Kilop and Leo. That will be a battle between them now.
The
Yeah,
final
We
hunt.
will see who
Seems-
will win that.
it's not close.
Oh, and a
out
crash
some-
between Matt MR2 and RazeX. Matt MR2 losing 8 seconds pretty much
Ouch.
there.
Will Absolutis make a mistake here or will he drive full on? Or will his car break on a Deathly Flyer?
And another crash, Pac Bat and Duratec driver. Pac Bat, whereabouts is he now?
And as always, as
Ah,
last stint, the
2050.
winner or someone of the whole top 10 can contact me for a small interview after the race.
Absolutis has quite a large gap now as they go down into the slingshot. And it seems like by the end of this lap there may not be a change in the top 3.
If you don't do
But
a mistake,
Giant gap.
if
Giant
you
gap
don't do a
between the top
mistake,
3 though.
it's- Yeah.
Mm.
If no mistakes are involved, I think.
Yeah.
I think Absolutis has won this race.
Yeah,
He
totally.
won both
He's-
stints in an amazing
Absurdist.
fate.
Small mistake, Absurdist. Watch out.
Oh, this is where it
Ten-
gets
Oh,
interesting.
that
The
is
gap
getting
really
close.
small now.
On the last lap. On
Kill
the
Rob,
last
do it,
corner.
do it.
Seriously. This is
The
amazing.
gap is tiny.
This was
Clark.
amazing.
Can anyone make a move at the
Tiny,
last
just
corner?
So close.
Lamp
Leo right
And
behind
do
Kilrob
it
now.
now. And
Okay, yeah.
Absolutis
So,
first,
well
Kilrob
played,
second.
Absurdist. Well played, seriously.
Nice driving here.
Yeah,
Very
well
nice,
done,
intense
well
and
done there.
driving.
With a
Now,
damaged car
fourth
as well.
place.
Very damaged car.
And again,
That's
Kilrob
awesome.
is in the top 3.
And I
And
think no one
Dazadu
else
actually,
can do it.
Dazazu, sorry, had a really good race as well, failing to pick up any damage, which helped him finish in 4th place. And now we have the big chunk of people in the middle of the field all
Take
coming
a
to the
look
finish
of the
line.
car of Absurdist now in the box. Look how it's damaged.
It's
And-
very damaged, and yet
But
he won the race.
He was able to complete the race and don't break the car also.
And yet he won. And also have the top 3 contacting me. It's another interview from Kilrob coming in. And that's about it of the race. That was a very intense race with the reversed grid. We had very different results here. And I would say I will show you the event results of the complete race. These are the current standings of everyone. And let's add Robert and have a little talk with him.
Hello again.
Hello again. Congratulations to your second place.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. This was such an amazing battle up front. Like this last few corner mistake by Absurdist, everyone getting up to 10 meters behind him.
Yeah.
Like,
It
no,
got very, very close there. Yes, exactly.
Oh yeah. Also, what was kind of awesome to see, where did Matt MR2 the car finish the first stint?
Mm-hmm.
Where did he finish
I
the first?
think
I
on
think
the
it was new.
He didn't take any point in the first race,
On
so
the
it
first
was
stint, he finished at 33rd.
Because he was doing really
He did
well
really
once
well
he
to
was.
hold on.
Yeah, yeah. Or maybe there was some collusion going on between between the second to last and last drivers. Like you hold up the others, and I try to win. Oh, but he did really well there. That was pretty amazing to see. What an exciting race! That's a nice format as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I like
A
the
lot of
format with the
overtaking.
reversed grid. That makes a nice battle in the end, always.
Yeah.
And also,
And
if
much
you,
more
if,
closer.
yeah, every time you have crazy Italians in there, I'm looking at you, Andrea.
Why? Why?
It's like, oh, there's a car. Let's bump into it.
No, I didn't.
How many was it? Like 4 crashes in that one stint?
There were a lot of crashes, especially in the middle of the pack, where everyone was trying to overtake.
Yeah.
That
It's
caused
so
a lot of
packed.
crashes.
I was wondering how the hell I got through all this mess without crashing myself.
Well,
You
it's
were
easy to
bulldozing
say.
through the entire pack.
You had an atomic bomb strapped on you.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
one wanted to touch you.
Yep. That might very well be the case. But the overall standings are interesting. Where did... okay. The Bob Wiley was kind of not talked about in the race, but he did really well.
He
Yeah.
was that average guy who actually
was
was
like a
not so
silent assassin.
average. He was like he slipped in like an assassin. Yeah, that's why like
Mhm.
you did not notice him, but he was there. And he
And Dazazu actually had a really good race in that stint as well. I think he
Oh,
came
yes, he
4th in the end.
yes.
I mean, I didn't even notice him in the first stint, but he's in 6th place now.
And in the end of the
Did
race,
really
he
well.
came in 4th.
Yeah.
And he was in the last race. He wasn't in the, I think even in the top 10.
I can say that 3 people here have still the show. So Absurdist, Killer, and Leo have quite still the show this time.
We'll
They
see how
won.
that rivalry plays out in
Yeah.
the future races.
I was wondering why Trackpad User had such big trouble plowing through the field, though. Can we take a look at the scorecards?
Of course, we can take a look at the trump cards here.
From cards, yes. Because that was like he was having the most trouble getting through there, and I'm just wondering why that is. Maybe because of 0 to 100 time, like I said, that he was. But his corner, yeah, it's more difficult to overtake in the corners than it is just accelerating out of the corners.
Yeah.
So that might be it.
Especially on that track, I mean, brute speed pretty much beats cornering just because of the significance of the slingshot. Really,
Yes.
because a
Yeah,
lot
the
of overtaking
Daffy
happens there.
Flyer also makes a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This downhill section is really helping those slow cars to accelerate to their top speeds, and I'm kind of wondering also if people maybe were a bit too aggressive on setting their final ratio a bit too close, so that they like can rev out all the way on a flat surface. Because as soon as you have a bit of downhill, you will be faster than your top speed.
Yeah.
Right. So and I trimmed my car such that it can reach I think 10 kilometers more than its usual top speed, just to be safe.
I see.
Anyway, the slingshot was always interesting there, considering Absurdist has the better G-forces on his car compared to my car by quite a wide margin. But still, I was faster through it because right after, like, I have sufficient G-force to carry through the slingshot, and I carry more speed on the straight. and right after this, the slingshot, there's an uphill section up to the Bavarian bends, and holding that speed up there, that really closed the gap for me.
Yeah,
a
and
few-
also you
few
have
significant
more
times.
power than him, meaning you can still keep up the speed even more than him. He will lose the speed at in the upper section for sure.
Yeah.
And for sure, we know there is not torque involved in this.
We can be pretty sure about this, yes. Although I have almost 70 newton meters more torque than him.
Yeah, that will count nothing, probably.
Well, it does if you look at the torque curve, though. I have a pretty
High, yeah.
pretty high torque curve in the
Availability of-
usable. Like the power band is very wide for the engine I designed with the 2 liters. Not quite revving as high as the very small ones. Of course, having lots more weight then, but if we can carry more horsepower with that, then that's kind of a nice compromise. So yeah, I'm really happy with how the race went, and that I actually didn't win with that kind of race. That doesn't matter. It was awesome.
I mean, it's
And
like
your car doesn't have headlights. That could
It doesn't need headlights. I
Aerodynamics.
mean, that is probably what crashed all the other cars. They were kind of confused by the reflections of the headlights
Yeah.
of the front cars.
But don't forget, there will be a night race where you will have problems.
Yeah, that's like we just want to change the engine one more time. Can you wait? No, we can't. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. So not driving.
some
Yes.
flashlight on the dashboard. And
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's an excellent. Some mag lights. Yes.
yeah,
But in 1945 of a maglight, I will see that.
Maybe not.
just light a
take one of
candle
the
and put it
anti-air
in the screen.
thing. The lights for the airplane spotting. You can use.
Oh yeah, exactly. Some kind of tank light, range 1 kilometer, and you
But-
before that you install rear mirrors in the cabins of all cars, and then you just whatever comes in front of you, you just put on your
Just blind.
headlight
Well,
and
well,
blind.
everyone has side mirrors, so they will be blind anyways.
That's fortunate. Yes, I'll run with that tactic next time. Absurdist is in front of me. From what I see, that will happen quite often. So,
Just flash him and he will crash into the wall.
but I'm counting on his engine to fail at least one race out of these with the 25. So, like poor Martin.
Yeah,
That
I was amazed
Yeah.
that Martin's engine failed with 28.9, but then
Well,
you can.
it's just statistics, right? So he
is.
drew, like we say in German, he drew the ass card.
Yeah, he really did
Yeah.
pull the, how is it in German, the Arschkarte.
The Arschkarte, yeah, exactly.
And yeah, that costed him the race. But
Yep.
yeah, the Defibrillator takes a toll on cars on the long
yeah.
Some
straight.
mechanical failures were there.
It's just two mechanical failures happened then. That's because everyone has to throttle the car, put the throttle
Push
down,
the
and
car to the
yeah,
limit.
They were all overheating.
yes.
Anyway, so what is the next track then, guys?
I think it will be the Brands Hatch Indy,
Oh,
which
interesting.
will be less of a high-speed straight track like the Automation Test Track. It will be more focused on high-speed cornering, I guess.
Yeah,
It may give
so,
a chance with some of the cars with better cornering and lower top speed.
Exactly.
So the field will maybe quite different.
It will be an interesting race because you have a small track, a short track with a lot of corners in between.
Yeah, that sounds more like we would see Killer Engineering somewhere in the top 10 and not in the top 3. So, and
We'll see.
Absurdist definitely will be up front, along with the Bob Wiley I see there.
Yeah, Bob Wiley has also has also a very high top speed corner, high speed cornering.
Mhm.
Considering he has not won the first race, but he may win Brands Hatch.
I'm counting on the Bob Wiley and trackpad user to be the ones to do really well in the next race.
Could be.
Yeah, that might very well be. I'm very much looking forward to that, though. So, thank you guys for having me on, and
you,
maybe
yeah.
talk to you next time.
Okay,
All right,
Cheers.
cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
bye bye.
Yes, that was the first race. And the second race will be the Brands Hatch Indy. That will be a very interesting track, I guess.
So, standings, we have on the first position Absurdist with 111 points. On the second place we have Kilrob 84 points. Leo On the third place with 74 points, Bob Wiley fourth with 52 points.
Trackpad user on the 5th with 49. Dazazu on the 6th with 36. Norman Vauxhall and Ruben Assel on the 7th with 28 each. Then we have Les Bass on the 9th with 26 points.
And then ending the top 10, we have Rezex with 24 points, and then Dubayer and Quotex both on 22. Then a small gap, and Matt MR2, who did have a really good start in the second stint, he sits in, I've lost his name, 13th with 19 points. Then we have Vic Victory in 14th with 17 points, and Opposite Lock in 15th with 16.
Taekwondo, Jen Jeft and Zab Hawkin all even with 14 points in 16th position. Then 3 Raymond 3 with 6 points, 19. Smerat with 3 points and 20. And go what?
Then we
20?
have the Let's
Yeah.
Play Noob and Loforen on 21st with 2 points each. And we have Conan and 8BS also sharing
Closing.
1 point.
Closing the standings. Well, I can say that most of the things were done, and I don't know if we are able to take a look to the car of Absurdist or not.
I don't have the information on the car of Absurdist yet. I'm lacking them.
Have you... How much people we have here?
20 viewers, it looks like.
20 people are here. So, anyone who wants to give us this car for a small review, or who wants to join the Skype to have a small talk about his car? But if no one wants, that's can't blame you, because it's a big thing. We're here again looking at the trump cards.
We can. We have just some minutes more, so guys, if nobody will show up in 3 or 4 minutes, I think we will going to close.
Yeah, we can still talk about the cars here.
I can say
I
something
think
about...
The interesting factor of the braking didn't have any effect on anyone. It
Yeah,
didn't feel like a
unfortunately.
big effect.
Unfortunately, because my car seems to have the best braking department here, but seems nobody cares about that. I mean, at least seems doesn't change anything. And interesting fact, I don't know if it will be interesting indeed, it's that my first car was a inline 6 1.7 liter engine, so not close away from the Bayer solution.
I
But
think I had a very different car from everyone, or I felt different because in the first try I had a 3.7 liter V8, which did not make a big change in
okay,
the speed.
I've received the car from Leo. The marshals are telling me that we can take a look to the Leo's car, and
Okay, would you
but I
mind
think-
to give it to me?
yeah, this is one to. I don't know if Leo want to send directly the invitation of the car to Kirob directly. Sorry, not Kirob, to Roland directly. But if not, I will try to find out how. Okay, I have it here, and I will send it to you. I think you're receiving the car.
Yes, I am.
Okay,
I
good.
can tell you what my car has. I had just a tiny 3.6 liter V8 engine with whooping 140 horsepower.
That's big engine.
Yes, it is, but in the end, I just came in the 30th places. So in the 30s, and that was not too good. But yeah, that really shows that power is not everything. You also
Torque isn't.
yeah, torque is everything. You know, torque is the most important thing.
You must have torque.
Yeah, torque is very important. And we have Quotex coming in for an interview.
Oh,
Good evening.
Hello.
So you have been in the race. You are in the 11th place of the whole standing.
Yeah, I'm in a close. Battle with their buyers. I see. I just woke up actually to see the race. I hope
Ooh.
to wake up in time. Actually,
Thanks
I
to wake
was,
up for this.
yeah. But I just got in time for the last race, and that was an exciting battle. I hope to finish ninth place, but I saw I was screwed up in the end or something, and I managed to get 11th. But I still think I did a pretty good thing, considering.
Do you think that the next race could be more luck for you?
I think so. I think the races are going to be very different. I optimized my car for the green hell track, so I think my car is going to do really good on that one.
Oh, an optimization for the green
Yeah.
hell. That's
Yeah.
actually one of the most intelligent things to do, because that one has one of the biggest
It's the most-
varieties.
Yeah, it's the most difficult track to do, so I guess if I got the fastest time on that one, I must do fast times on the other ones as well. I do believe many people are going to have problems on green hell.
Mhm. It's going to be very tough.
Yes,
I'm very
the
curious
green,
about
the
to see
green
that.
hell will also probably cost 1 or 2 cars.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
The field.
We're gonna do half-hour races, I assume, so that's gonna be 3 laps or something.
Exactly, it will be again a 3 lap race, but a 3 lap stint then, so it will take 1 hour, I think. I'm not sure how the buyer is going to do it,
Okay.
but we'll see.
Yeah. I made my car specially for this event. The only problem was that I realized halfway down the road I had made my body with steel and galvanized steel instead of steel, which is more expensive. So I could have made a better car if I were supposed to use steel.
Yeah, that maybe cost you some dollars, and then in the end, you
Yeah.
could not put enough quality in some stuff you
Yeah.
wanted to.
I also figured out that lowering my suspension's quality somehow made my car faster.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes that
that was
happens.
interesting.
Yeah.
So I would say we take a small look at the car from Leo. I also already got it here.
I
In
think
front
we
of
can let go Cortex. Or
I think we can. It was nice to have you in here.
Yeah.
thank you, Cortex, to be
okay.
here, and thank you for wake up and look at direct the live commentary
Okay.
of the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for coming.
much.
Thank you, and
so-
hope
Good
we'll see you
night.
next time.
Goodbye.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. We'll have... So, we have the car from Leo here. That's his
Balthazar.
blue Balthazar.
Yep.
Fitted with a 93.7 horsepower engine, and let's see what he has in the detailed stats.
Let's take a look.
Okay.
So, from where we can start?
Well, I would say we'll look at the suspension settings first.
Yeah.
It's we'll see how he
graph.
set his car, and it's
Wow.
clearly understeering.
Tame.
It's very tame set out. It's very drivable. It helps him a lot on driving.
You have no bottom out.
What I find interesting here is the safety rating of 0.0. Someone
Come on,
has
we're
this-
in 1945. What do you expect? A lot of people that doesn't care about safety at the time.
well. Yeah, but he set a very understeering car to gain a lot of drivability here.
Mhm.
So it's very tame.
Let's take a look to the gearbox.
The gearbox, of course.
Oh. Okay, I wasn't expecting such a big wheel spin.
He has a
Oh,
very,
yeah.
It's
very
not. I mean, it's not so high because I remember when I was tuning up my Zenopresk, the wheel spin was around 60%, and at the end, my car now we have like 17, less than 20%. Okay, but that was a big difference, I have to admit, and I tip, well, a small tip for everyone. It's try to keep the wheel spin a little bit down because it will affect quite the performance of the car during the race.
It will actually affect it a lot. It will change a lot
Mhm.
in the car. Yeah, also a moderate top speed rating of 184. it's on a 3-gear box. That's more than enough. If he sets higher, then he will lose speed.
It was strange, I have to say, to prepare cars with only 3 gears. It was so not enough.
Yeah, but
3 gears, so
the thing is, like Kirop said, Kirop has set his car 10 kilometers over the rated top
Mhm.
speed. That also may cost Leo the lead on the Daffy Flyer,
yeah, yeah.
because in the downhill you gain speed, and if you run in the rev limiter, you don't want to gain more
You
speed
won't
because
gain
it
anything,
will
yeah.
damage the car
Mhm.
in the end, and that will be crap.
Let's take a look to the brake. I don't think.
Yes. I think the brakes are pretty much the same on every car here.
Yeah. Oh, for example, I've spent like +9 or +10 in quality here.
Yeah, the quality
the brake.
rating is here just a +5.
It's not high as I expected, but seems doesn't change so much in the end.
Yeah, let's take a look at his interior. I think he chose the -15 quality
Yeah.
basic.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
like,
stripped out
Standard.
interior.
but also a -15 safety rating and a -50 entertainment.
He used the -15 quality in safety. It's a little bit particular.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that's how you do it. Aerodynamics.
+4.
He could have set it a bit on braking airflow. I don't know if
Mhm.
he would affect a lot because he still have a big headroom for more
Yeah.
cooling.
It could have helped considering he used slightly low brake quality in comparison to others, but like if you had some brake airflow, it would maybe like, counteract that.
Even because he had a quite amount of brake fading. It's like
Yeah.
19%, 20% more or less.
Okay, we have another interview from Leonardo
Oh.
Baltazar.
Oh,
He will maybe join now and make a small talk about his car.
if he show up. Here. Mr. Baltazar? Could someone give a microphone to Mr. Baltazar, please?
But yeah, I think more
He's
braking
refusing to
airflow.
speak.
Yep, he probably doesn't want to speak with us, but we'll wait. Maybe he just has a small connection problem. But yeah, the quality rate is interesting on everything. Like on the aerodynamics, I would have done a bit more here, honestly,
Me too.
because the top speed, it costs top speed.
Oh, can you hear me?
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr.
Hey.
Baltazar.
Hello. So I'd like to explain my the safety thing,
Yes.
because in fact the car becomes lighter if one uses basic -15 safety. So my car doesn't really change anything, just makes it a little bit cheaper.
Yeah,
And if
okay.
I put that on a 0 now, it just changes. Yeah, it changes just a bit on the price and a bit on the safety, but not
Indeed
on the
doesn't
weight.
change anything, yeah. Okay. I don't
Just,
remember why, but I was expecting this a higher difference, but it's just indeed
It's just a
doesn't make any
small
difference.
small difference, not a big one.
Mhm.
The problem is it makes the car less reliable, which could scare off. It's not it's not much, but still.
Possibly
Yeah.
Green Hell, it could become significant, maybe.
Yeah, but I'm very pleased with the result. The car did very well. I didn't expect the car to be like top 3 at all.
Yeah, your car
That's-
also, your driver made a very nice result there. He drove very good in this
Yeah.
race.
Absurd is quite a lot. Sorry.
Yeah.
You may have to rebuild his car then.
Yeah, my car might be very expensive to repair as well because it's high grade wear aluminium. If you look at the chassis tab.
And in fact, it's made of handmade aluminium.
Mm. McPherson on the front.
Yeah, for cheapness. So it's
Mhm.
too expensive otherwise. So
Why
that,
would
that's a,
Yeah,
Go on,
the
go on.
McPherson.
oh,
well we would like to take a look to the engine?
Yeah, why not?
V8.
Then we have a V8 flat plane like the Italian V8s here.
Yeah.
A tiny 1.1 liter.
Double overhead cam. For the love of all the American
Double on top.
people of...
Double on top hot cheese.
Yeah. I'm proud of you, Sonny.
So
Knocking! The
He is
engine is
knocking.
knocking!
it's knocking,
He runs all the time with a small knocking!
and he still came in third.
Damn it! I was bitten by a knocking car!
Yeah, using all the finest cast iron cast Conrad's pistons.
Yeah, the car was made to rev. Actually, I had an engine that revved to 9,500 RPM, but it
Oh.
wasn't so. I made this one with a bit more usable power and a bit more torque.
Because torque is important.
Yeah, it revs, but it has a bit more of it.
I have the most torque with my 3.6 liter V8.
So,
Yeah, that's also a very moderate cam profile of 58.
yeah, it's for the power curve to be more flat.
Yeah,
at the top.
it's a very nice power curve.
I think it's the way to go in this case to have a good wide power band because
Yeah.
you cannot make a very well the weight to power to weight ratio it was fixed, so using a wide power band closer to the maximum power was a good way to have a car with high performance in my point of view, obviously.
Also,
Yeah.
a triple carburetor. Not the usual
Yeah.
configuration you have here, but the power benefits of it.
And the responsiveness of the car
Oh, that's
picks up speed faster.
that is
Yeah.
true.
Hmm.
Then the
7,200
exhaust.
long tubular and
Obvious choice here, long tubeless, because races are very expensive.
yeah.
No mufflers, because mufflers are unnecessary here. Who would
Because
have
ra-
guessed? Yeah, that's the final engine.
Mm-hmm.
A
Totally agree.
very
Very
nice engineered engine we have here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. And very good commenting. I love Norman Vauxhall. It was
Especially at
you.
the end of the second stint.
it's really amazing to get some passion for, I don't know, just little dots. It was very good.
Yeah. We have to do our best to make it a little bit exciting.
We have to make it entertaining for
more
every one
realistic,
of you.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very good job from you, Chris. Good job.
Thank you so
Great,
much.
great stuff. Looking forward for the next one, which will be
We can't tell yet. The races
Yeah.
are in the makings.
It's not scheduled yet, but I don't want. I have to say, if it is possible, I don't want to pass too much time. We have to agree with Martin when he's going to do the video of the races, but I don't know. Well, we'll keep you updated on the thread of the forum.
We also
Okay.
have. I also can show you my construction of hell, made in 15
The
minutes.
Torque Master.
made in 15 minutes with sealed beam headlights.
Nice.
Not the nicest car in British racing green. Also, the big difference is I used the double wishbone
Steel.
suspension and steel panels. Because
Steel.
I had too much power.
You want the power.
Yeah, I can show you my awesome 3.6 liter V8 motor.
Damn it! You have a lot. You have
push rod. Where are the push rods?
a single carburetor. Seriously.
I had too much power, I needed to slow it down.
All the torque.
But look at the torque.
Yeah.
It's
the torque
274 Newton meters.
is- How the camp profile is.
The cam profile should be pretty low.
Damn it. Okay. Oh, look at that poor carburetor. He's so. He's dead, Paul.
He's a very yeah. And also it's a huge bore for that time engine. Like I'd say, it's quickly built. It's not built for high performance. The car is built for high speed, but not for high cornering performance.
Can I say something about the engine? How much RPM the engine will take? can take?
It can take 4,700 because I'm getting valve float.
Yeah, no, but I'm thinking about the bottom part, the piston and
I think the pistons can take more.
because if it is, it will be probably good for you to reduce the bore and hide the stroke to make a more balanced engine.
Yes, but in the end, I just made it in 15 minutes, so
Yeah, okay.
I
was
could not
just
think. I just build.
well, I was just pointing out for everyone is waiting for hoping for some tips and things. But when
But
you have
yeah,
engines
in
like
the-
this, you can do it.
In
Reduce
this
a little
in
bit
this
of torque.
challenge, yeah, it was important. Like we saw Leonardo's engine, which was way better than mine.
Mhm.
He made he made 40 horsepower less, but then again, I have 2.5 liters more.
Yeah.
And if you consider that, I make less horsepower per liter than him.
Mhm. You could also switch in overhead valve, the push rod.
Push rod.
Probably because double overhead cam was a little bit too much for
It's-
such a low revving engine.
Even 5 valve double overhead cam.
5 valve? You crazy?
It's German engineering right here.
This is a Focke-Wulf engine used for.
Yeah, it was used in a fighter plane, so.
Okay.
Also,
Storage.
I think everyone has chosen a 3 gearbox.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was so crazy to use a two
Yeah, I don't know why someone will pick a 2 gearbox.
speed gearbox.
But that's a very generic car, I would say. It's not very special for everyone.
Plus
because
11 quality is there.
yes, the high
Yeah.
high quality brakes
Mhm.
for the drivability.
Why
Yet
there is no the graphic of the brake?
there is a graphic of the. Well, now it's
No,
vanished.
There wasn't.
Here,
Brakes. I don't see the brakes, right?
that is
That is
weird.
the gear.
Yeah, that is weird right now. Anyways, that's probably just a small
Bug
bar.
fixing inline.
Nah, now it works. Here you have it.
Okay, good.
There's something with the loading that's you haven't seen anything.
The-
There are no bugs.
The
The game
game
is perfect.
is good. Don't worry.
So yeah, that's the brake.
Look at the difference in the production units and in material cost between your car and the Leo car.
Yeah,
Mm.
but
You
mine,
have more
my-
material costs that is quicker to produce.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think that's because of the aluminium, maybe.
Also,
It
but
could
not
be.
mainly. I think there is a lot of also other stuff involved in this.
I think it's the smaller stuff. And the aerodynamics, I also have a very
The
high
braking
quality.
also is very different. You had like 10 or 12 meters more for braking the car.
I have a very heavy car compared to.
Yeah,
That's my problem. I've been too heavy. Yeah, you can really see how the light cars actually win, and not the most powerful ones. That's a big difference.
What a strange
That's
behavior.
That's a strange behavior, isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah. What?
Very,
You drive it, you think you will oversteer, and then suddenly it
Then
snaps
work.
and understeers.
Seems it understeer, then it go oversteer, and then go understeer again.
You need a skillful driver to drive that
Yeah,
well.
yeah, you totally need a skillful driver for this.
Also, a very high ride height, so the driver can see all the track.
You can just ride over all the other cars with that ride height.
How did you make that curve? That steering behavior is completely strange.
Look at
Never
the
seen something
stiffnesses here.
Damn it.
Yeah, like once the Bob Wiley says the steering curve is whack, it is.
Hmm.
It's for crazy people.
Well, maybe so. I will suggest anyone. I don't know if Mr. Absurdist is connected and is looking at us, but I suggest the next time for the next race we can have other cars to analyze because there are a lot of.
Yes. We want to have more cars analyzed. We want to see how the different cars, like how the differences are between everyone.
Hmm.
Because that makes the race interesting in the end. Because don't forget, this car has 970 kilos, but 140 horsepower, and it got in 30th place. And everyone else has 600 or 700 kilos, which
Mhm.
makes a big difference in every situation.
Especially in braking. Because here the car was very limited by braking.
Okay, then I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Leonardo, for joining the Skype for the small
You're
interview here.
welcome.
And thank you everyone for watching that, and the commentators, of course. I thank you everyone here.
I
Thank
hope
you.
everyone
It's-
enjoyed the video, and
It was a very nice evening.
Mhm. I
Interesting,
will
interesting
Some very
races.
good racing.
Yes.
yeah also
Excellent racing by Absurdist here.
hope to see you
Tip
guys,
top.
all of you, and maybe more people for the next race. And with this bombshell,
It's time to
we
end.
end.
Thanks for watching. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. See ya next time.